Hello everyone, this is Greyshot 117 to bring you another COH2 replay, brought to you by, skip this part now, Ruben Gray. Thank you for submitting this replay, Ruben Gray. This is a 3v3 on steps. We have 3 British, so, if you are tired of those old-fashioned and quite annoying, American or Soviet, well, now is your day, because by God, do I have a game for you. Now again, we'll see how this goes, but I'm hopeful that the Axis here will put up a good and interesting fight, and I then look at their ranks, and that's not really most likely going to happen. Allies have a decent advantage, so we'll see how things go. But in any capacity, make sure you submit your replays, and I will check it out and see if it's good. Remember, if there's a computer player that joins in or something like that, I will just leave it and carry on. But as long as it is good, I will check it out. Now, Steps is a very large map, and the fact that there is currently 3 people on this instead of 4 makes it even more complicated because there's a lot more territory for less people to guard. Now, let's see, we have 2 Vermonco KW, so that means that at least the Germans will be a little bit more mobile. Unfortunately, the British are not exactly like that. The British have to rely on more heavy cover and that slow, steady creep more than just blitz tactics that the Germans can do. Now let's double check. Shooter went with assault support, so you can deploy a lot of trucks and get a lot of resources, aka armor and, of course, special artillery and stuff like that can come in as well. Through all those extra munitions, you can get through those trucks. Special operations doctrine, very nice, because again, boosts your infantry and you get a tank that helps out all your other tanks. And you get special weapons regiment, which is good because that resupply truck you can help out all your allies with by dropping weapons left and right. And it has some good overall abilities to hold back large pushes. Plus, and it's a big one, you get Churchill. And that Churchill will burn enemies left and right. Now, as we can see, these rifles, pretty good. I mean, they're good, but here's the thing. They're good in cover, because if they're not in cover, they fire incredibly slow. So that's a problem you have as a British player. You need cover to survive. And right now, if these Storm Pioneers, instead of heading right, went toward these guys and stopped them from getting in this cover over here, they would be fine. But no, apparently these Storm Pioneers are like, guys, we're going to take a squat over here in this ditch. Meanwhile, the Volk Squad's like, we're going to hide here literally a second before placing a heavy cover, which probably would have helped them out. But these Storm Pioneers are going to roll on up and most likely massacre the British infantry, as we can see right now. Oh, those poor suckers. Oh, boy. Volk Squad going to finish out that building real quick, and there goes all the British infantry. My God, that was a massacre. MG moving up, most likely going to help pin a lot of these troops, but these Storm Pioneers most likely going to try to go for a flank. Move on the side. Unfortunately, he sees the MG and going to pull back with the Universal Carrier. That's too much for this German to handle. Most likely, he's going to pull back. But as you can see, even though he has to pull back, most likely, it's not all in vain. He has his medical truck out, which got deployed. Very nice. And we can see here that 3 fuel trucks are out. So even though that they don't have both fuels, the Axis easily trumps the Allies in fuel income, which is really nice. Now, unfortunately, munitions income, different story. Most likely with this down, and by the way, he's probably holding this here so he can finally use the Panther files when he gets close. But anyway, and try to hold back that Universal Carrier from pushing up. Nice hit. Won't kill it, but it'll at least damage it and stop in advance. Now, both munitions will most likely go to the Allies, and that'll give them a huge advantage over the Axis and allow them to get some more special weapons. We've got a German sniper down here. Let's see, Ruben Gray against the guy fighting up north, which he's doing a really good job. I'm sorry, we should also go over names. We have Front-End Shooter and Mr. Bigo versus Ruben Gray, Marine, and Because Lecta. Now, in this scenario, heavy cover. Dude, get in that heavy cover. It is your saving grace. It is your... Wait, hold on. Oh, wow, MG coming up from behind. Opening fire, suppressing. Yeah, the island is going to be too locked down. I feel like Front is going to make sure this area has enough MGs, bunkers, and whatnot to make sure they can't come by. Plus, that sniper is just a nice little bonus because, again, it provides recon and versing. I know I always say this versing Germans, but it actually has the same effect versing the British. They have 4-man squads, so a German sniper is extremely effective versing those squads, and if you can use it correctly and make sure it gets vetted up. Remember, this has that fire is like a it's a round that essentially stuns and does a lot of damage versing everything around it. So if you can get see a blob of British infantry, this is a great way to stop in its tracks and just cause it to get pinned, and if you can pin it just right, you remember you can fire a rifle grenade and just take out all of them because they can't move. MG position to hold back, and the mortar emplacement is in mid. This is a weird spot, to say the least, because again, it's literally down the center of the map that this thing is here. So most likely, I expect this mortar emplacement to die a horrible death because it's so close to the mid. It's very unlikely that the British will be able to hold it, but I could be very wrong, and then the Germans could suck. But we shall see. Looks like up north, Reuben Gray's doing a great job. He's holding back at this point. He's most likely putting this trench here to put an MG and hold this location. Though, as we can see, this German player, Mr. Big O, not a terrible. He's actually pretty damn good. He's charging. He's opening fire on the guys who are already weak. MG in heavy cover. Nice positioning. Nice shot with the Verkenwerfer, using it just out of range so they couldn't see it, but getting a nice shot in, knock out there. A light armored vehicle, and with that, the Stern Pioneers are going to try to flank, but alas, the MG gun before they could get around. Unfortunately, the Volk squads did have to retreat. Overall, it was I would say, oh wow, both units are pinned, so I expect both units to eventually retreat. Stern Pioneers might not retreat because, again, they're past the MG line. Nope, they're too weak. He's going to pull back. Now, in this scenario, if I was the British, I would pull back because you have no idea how many forces that the Germans still have on reserve. Now, we can see here the Verkenwerfer's opening fire on the trench because, again, it's like, okay, let's kill this thing before it becomes a threat and it can be used, because it's annoying to have this here. I mean, you have to eventually kill it, so, okay, not a bad idea to just remove it. But, again, MG, not entirely dumb. He could have retreated. He could have pulled back. But instead, he's like, I'm getting in this location where, even though I don't have a ton of recon, I know through Fog of War that if they come through here, I see them. I can suppress them. And all this negative cover, I can suppress them. They'd have to go all the way around, and most likely my other MG will cover my flank. So, nice tactic. However, most likely the Germans will be able to take that munitions, which should alleviate some of the differential resources that they're currently seeing, with 36 on the German side and 53 on the Allied side. Again, bringing it down to 11 on each. It will definitely help out. Also, more fuel going down, so once again, I feel like Shooter's just being their supply guy. We can see here he has all munitions, so he's building... I hope he's going to place mines, but he's definitely placing, like, these nice little defensive positions, everything. So they are working as a team. Shooter is their support guy. Front is their defensive island guy. And up north, the Mr. Bigelow... I'm going to keep saying that. I think... Is his name Mr. Bigelow? Okay, no, Mr. Big O. There's no L. Mr. Big O is going to keep launching an assault against Grey. Not saying that Reuben can't hold his own, but that is going to be annoying to have a guy with a front position, remember, medical's right here, that keeps launching assaults very quickly against your line that takes a while to have your guys run all the way from your base, all the way up to here and hold. A little bit of a difference. Now, you could also, but the thing is, right now we can see that unfortunately, Shooter only has engineers, which you could say, oh, Greyshot, you know, he'll be fine. But on the flip side, if this British guy, instead of placing all these defenses, actually launched a major assault straight up the gut, most likely he would annihilate a lot of these defenses and kill some of the fuel cache as well. Because we look, there's nothing up here stopping a major assault. What, a Pioneer squad? You could easily push through that if you wanted to. But he's not. And he can't. So we'll see how things go. Unfortunately, he got stopped from making the, or finishing the Beaufort with the squad right there. He's mostly going to run back up and finish it. So we'll see how that goes. Armored car being deployed, most likely going to help lock down the British position. But remember, the armored vehicle is helpful, but they have the Verkenwerfer still. And I think they should move it up. But if the Germans are smart and blaze some mines as well, because again, they have plenty of munitions coming in compared to the Allies now, which are kind of being pushed down a little bit. Plus, actually, the Axis currently have both capture points, so they're actually forcing the Allies to go on a bit more of an offensive. Not entirely. It's not too bad, but it is an annoying tick. It's an annoying thing saying, "Hey, idiot!" Just letting you know, if you look at the top hand of your screen, currently you're losing, and you're gonna keep doing that until you hit 0 and you lose the game. So you may want to change that. Some people have this nervous tick that affects them immediately, and some people are able to ignore it. GTA, as soon as that happens, he's like, "We must take the point," and I'm the kind of person like, okay, let's wait for us to regroup and launch an assault. Maybe I've just been playing too much Overwatch, And if you don't know, grouping up in Overwatch is kind of a big deal. You always have to do it if you plan on doing anything. Sending 1 or 2 guys, unless you're a damn good Genji or something, not really going to cause a lot of havoc in the enemy. The enemy's going to take you out pretty quick. Anyway, that's Overwatch. Let's get back to COH2. One issue I find COH2, and something you used to do in Overwatch, which was hilarious, was stacking. They removed it just because of the fact that it was annoying to have 6 soldiers or something like that in a ranked game. So Blizzard removed it justifiably. I wish in COH3 or whatever Company of Heroes they do next, they have a notification be like, hey, your teammate just picked this. This may not be a good idea. I know you can easily go over here and on the left-hand side, this won't pop up, but literally you'll see your teammates, and by their names will show their doctrine and what they can use. I understand that, but right now, A. Marie, Ruben Gray, you both pick the exact same doctrine, which, again, kind of a bad thing, because right now that limits what you can use. It's still a very good doctrine, but again, it does limit a little bit more than you could, especially as the British. You only have British units, so you put yourself at a decent disadvantage. Because advanced fortification, which is actually quite funny. Why? Because remember, this guy has all the fortifications. This guy is refortifying and doing a massive fortified line, okay, in a place that may not be the best idea. Now, why is that? He's putting this huge fortified line to launch an assault against the Vermont player, which is actually not too bad. Why this could be an issue is because literally there's nothing stopping AT guns or anything from raining hell on this guy if he wanted to. Alas, Shooter's not using it. I'm sorry, not shoot. Not Shooter. Front. Well, either one is not really using it. Also, he can literally move up that MG, come in from this angle over here, which the Beaufort can't see, activate armor-piercing rounds, and kill both emplacements. Again, the power of armor-piercing rounds. Looks like this Vickers machine gun got taken out by something. I'm assuming it's going to be the thing. Yep, it's the Panzer IV, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Mr. Big O used his resources that he's getting. Remember, 50 fuel per turn. Holy God, that's a massive advantage. For 12 minutes in game to get this Panzer IV, that's pretty damn sweet. Probably got 11 minutes too because there was an engagement already. So yeah, 11 minutes in game. That's pretty damn fast. Because the fastest I've personally done is I think I got a T-34 with the new system, by the way, not counting previous updates. I think it was like 10 minutes I got T-34, and that was really rushing it. I got a King Tiger, I think, at 16 minutes. And that's like a whole ordeal to get through that. So, I mean, you can get armor very quickly. It's just you need to have a lot of resources on your side. And lo and behold, oh boy, Shooter got it. So Shooter, as you can see, lost a couple Pioneers, just a few, but he did get himself a Panther, and he did get himself some supply trucks. And most likely what he's going to do is massively produce these supply trucks, put them all over his back end, and just pump out armor and use those abilities to just suppress infantry, run them over, and just call in those fragmentation bombs to help it out. That's my assumption, what he would do, and what I expect him to do. Also, we have a bunker up here. I'm assuming he'll put another bunker over here to hold the line. We have a British sniper now countering the the German one. Funny enough, the German one, though, is actually not even there. He's going up north, which, by the way, they're placing a Beaufort. Not a bad idea. British infantry opening fire on the Obel, which should really retreat. It's going to be overwhelmed. Actually, what the fuck? Is that guy... That's hilarious. He's dead, by the way, but fun fact about Obel, for some reason, they just float there. Menacingly. They won't do anything, they just float. You'll float, too. You'll float... No, I'm not going to do that, although, go see it if you haven't. It's great. Tank opening fire on the British infantry, and as you can see, the British have nothing to counteract that armored vehicle, so this tank is going to keep popping shots and killing these infantry squads because it's designed to. That's what Panther IV does. It blows up infantry left and right. Now, luckily, they do have a support gun opening fire back here, and it is doing quite a number on the British infantry. They have an armored car moving up along with an AT gun. AT gun is out of range, however, so the armored car is the only thing actually hitting it, and the armored car can get a couple good shots in, but the Panzer IV will deal more damage, so the armored car has to be very cautious about how it engages. It's similar to a Puma. The Puma can use its speed against, let's say, a Jackson to overwhelm it, but if it makes one mistake, it can be taken out very easily by the Jackson with like 2 hits. So another issue is this. Okay, you don't have to put these supply trucks, mind you, on the point. I feel like a lot of people put it on point, being like, guys, we are going to, we have to put it on the point Because if we don't put it on this point... Oh, shit. Hello. How you doing? That's great. Good job, Panther. Looks like it took some damage. If we don't put it on point, we're going to be at a disadvantage. No, you actually can put it anywhere in this territory. It doesn't have to be on point. It doesn't impact supplies or anything. So, in my opinion, this truck would be better behind this cover or like over here. That way it's not directly on point, because most likely the enemy is going to attack that point at some time if your line breaks. So then you lose the supply truck, you lose your cash, and you lose the point. Instead, you could have this point over here, and when the point is being attacked, you can unsupply it and fall back with it instead of losing it first out of that engagement. Again, just a note here from a person who uses those trucks quite a bit. Now, it looks like these mortar teams are doing their work. Wow. Vet 2, only 4 kills. Okay, that's kind of stupid. Big assault up north. AT gun pushing back the Panzer IV. And we can see here, this thing did the damage engine, aka target treads. Even though I love how target treads, even though there's literally a skirt right there to stop it, but whatever. For Ken Wiffer on standby now, pushing back the armored car, and actually nice, good combo. With weaker armor, you're managing to beat something more powerful than you. And now you're getting a Firefly, which easily can push back a Panzer IV. So right now, the British actually are kind of slowly overwhelming the Germans. We actually see here Marine on the flip side has a huge army, but all 3 of them, or at least 2, mostly 2, are doing something where they are heavily fortifying. So what's the big deal, Greyshot? Well, if you heavily fortify, which has its perks and benefits, if you heavily fortify, that pretty much allows this enemy to know that most of your manpower is in one position, which is good and bad. The bad news about that, and honestly quite simple, is the fact that if you have all of that in one location, in one area, then they know, okay, so let's see, the most of his manpower can't be in armor because it's right there, so let's just focus on something else. Again, just a thing to point out. And you say, oh, Greyshot, what does that mean? Well, they can either A, focus on killing you in chunks, because if they beat your small army or your mobile army and then fight you, that's 2 different areas. So a lot of people have to like hold up by their line, and they can't really push further because they don't have the men to really fight off a large German front. For example, these Panthers. Now this guy again has what stopping them? A couple pieces of infantry. He put most of his manpower and fuel and everything into these points, so he has nothing really to stop this front. Let's see. Anyway, speaking of fronts, we have Jaeger Armor Doctrine, which is good because he equips the Panthers, which he did with spawning scopes. They can see very far and allowed them to hit the shots without necessary, and also see like, oh, there's no AT guns. Cool, we can keep firing. So I expect this entire southern line to break. He does have, oh my god, how many Panthers do these guys have? I literally just did a game with all Panthers. I don't want to do something else named Too Many Panthers, although I probably will have some catchy title with a Panther. Anyway, it looks like, oh my god, that's 5 Panthers in 18 minutes of the game. That's not normal. That's not normal. That's terrifying. Anyway, this is frightening when a 17-pounder might not be able to beat 3 Panthers. Oh boy. Oh, nice kill though. Got one of them, but Panther's still opening fire. Should be able to kill it. They are repositioning that 17-pounder, which is a mistake. They should have just tried to fire another shot. Because again, at that point, they're going to be mobile and not going to keep shooting you. Which is also weird that that thing wasn't mobile, whatever. Anyway, as you can see, the mobile army's coming, but it's too late. The Panthers are already blown up, most of these emplacements. And yeah, it's all gone. All gone. I love how I literally talked about the negatives about emplacements, and they all died. Man, I'm good. So anyway, luckily all these guys do have either AT or Piats or some type of weapon, whether the rifle, again, these, oh god, what is it called? Shit, the AT rifles, and then you have Piats and stuff like that. These are special from these things, the K-counter. Yeah, okay, they're literally called AT rifles. I'm like, what's the name of those things? I'm just thinking AT rifles. Oh, no, they're literally called AT rifles. Panther as well pushing up here. And by the way, that Panzer IV manages to escape again, but at least Vet 2, which is really, really cool. And yeah, this guy took quite a number of casualties and lost his Firefly. So literally, the Axis, in one fell swoop, with a large armor force, knocked out all three armies at all 3, south, middle, and north. That's kind of terrifying. Also, I love how that emplacement was healing itself through its ability. Again, you can activate the repair ability through the advanced assembly, and that's just freaking hilarious. The guys are just like, yes, repair, we must repair, as these Panthers are literally massacring everything. Speaking of which, again, they kind of converged to knock out these guys, and oh my god, those MGs are literally killing everything. And yes, the MG42s will do quite a bit. The guns, not so much, but they'll do a little here and there. Luckily, you've got a ton of free weapons on the ground. Piats, yes, but at least they're still free. You can give them to an engineer squad. Engineer's probably going to take this territory. At this moment, if I was shooter, I would lay down a fuck ton of mines. Mines for days. Mines for days. Why delay the British from reinstating any sort of assault or stop them from even pushing up? Yes, they could get minesweepers, but right now, if you currently see their armaments, most likely a lot of them have those heavy gear, and they're going to get Piats, so they won't have the ability to grab a minesweeper, or they'll just be so front-loaded that it'll just be like, they're more assault. I don't want to give them minesweeper to decrease their effectiveness. Because Stern Pioneers, you can put them away. Other engineer squads, yeah, you're stuck with it. Oh my god. I don't even think you can actually set down this many. Where are these? Holy crap, he actually did. He sent down everywhere. Yep, yes, he is every single piece of territory has those supply trucks. So put an example, shooter currently has 56 fuel, while his teammate has 41, so it's 15 more fuel, and as you can see, about 36 more munitions. That can help. So right now we can call on all the strafing runs he wants, everything. If I was him, I would just be like, hey, need a strafing run? There you go. Hey, do you need a fragmentation bomb? There you go. I would be like the ultimate guy, just dropping stuff left and right. I would be the ace of this game, which, by the way, in the last 2 series I've done in Hearts of Iron Stellaris, he's literally saved my life. Or I've killed myself and he's helped me out. Yeah, that's, if this Great War series comes out, which we just did, holy god, it's hilarious. I need to get better at Hearts of Iron. That's my short recap of that. Anyway, nice sniper shot knocking out that unit. I love that 2-star unit, 29 kills, and it's doing pretty freaking great. Now this Firefly is pushing up, but you still have this Panther, which again can be annoying because if it gets first blood, it could possibly take out the Firefly. And as you can see there, it did bounce, so that actually puts the benefit slightly more on the Firefly. As long as it keeps bouncing, it should be fine. But again, it needs to keep bouncing. And luckily, the engineer squad's like, fuck you, you're not even gonna hurt this thing. We're gonna heal. And yeah, the Firefly pushes it back. 2 bounces, 1 finally hitting. We have a strafing run looks like coming in, so expect a fighter plane to just suppress all those guys. Firefly's, however, going to use the range to knock out that, but Panther could get 1 final shot. Alas, he's not able to. It is strafing run to push those guys back, but I really would have pushed the Panther back once that Firefly disengaged. Because you don't, the Firefly made the mistake of engaging in close quarters. Once it started to use the range advantage, I would put it back. Nice job with the Brumbar. At least you some heavy armor to break out the infantry. Again, heavy cover doesn't matter. Brumbar pushes everything out. We have artillery coming down from the British, I'm assuming. Yeah, use the red smoke. So they're currently firing artillery from their base. Right now, actually, point goes to the Germans. Although, as you can see, the Allies did come back and take over a majority of points for quite some time. We have a literal armored force up here, just lying in wait. And I'll give these guys credit. Bravo. I love, again, he did Panzer IV to take out the infantry and 2 Panthers to take out the armored vehicles like Churchill, stuff like that he might be facing. So very nice job. And again, all equipped with MG42s. Really nicely done. Very nice. He's going to have a force that's going to be reckoned with. Luckily, this guy is, again, Gray's not an idiot, looks like. He is like, okay, MG to hold back the infantry. If they move up with armor, to take that out, I have more than enough AT to fire at will and to destroy it. So very cool on his part. Now, the question is, will the Germans be stupid enough to engage? And that'd be saying, oh, Greyshot, what are you talking about? Well, again, it depends on the competence of the player. Because right now we look at the Germans, their average is what? I'm gonna give like, yeah, probably 80, I would say, for an average, to be honest. Because No, wait, that doesn't make sense. 60, 100, 80, 80. So like, okay, most likely upper to mid 70s, which is still pretty damn good, while the allies are in the, oh boy, the upper to mid 50s. So yeah, the allies need to get some serious kills in if they want to turn the tide. Luckily, Churchill, not a bad idea. Except, well, hold on, let me double check to see what these guys went. Marine, you went with what exactly? Churchill. And Ruben Gray, did you also go Churchill? No, I would probably recommend Comets. I was afraid that they were all going to go Churchill. And if they do, that could be an issue. But, oh, nice grenade. Very nicely done. Oh, God, the body parts everywhere. Panzer inbound. I wonder what it's going to hit. Oh, excellent shot. Pushing back those infantry section and Royal Engineers. More Royal Engineers, though, coming in. I do like how they did upgrade the squads to be more effective, so that's nice. Oh, God, we have a truck coming up. Can drop weapons, which is really cool, either Piats or the Vickers. But you also have to worry about the units inside the vehicle that can open fire. At least I think they can open fire. I want to say, even though I find it hilarious that there's literally 2 squads in there and you only see 1, that would be cool if you actually saw both squads. Anyway, it looks like Churchill's pushing up on that bunker. Not really much to stop them, except for, of course, the elephant that's literally coming up as we speak. And oh my god. Shooter's like doubling down. He wants a Panther force. He honestly wants the Panther force. And to be fair, I don't blame him. When you need a lot of Panthers, this is what you get. This is the guy who's like, I can supply you with those Panthers. I seriously can. Now, the Churchill is very good for holding back a lot of armor because its armor and the amount of health it has is so much and so thick that a lot of units can't pen. But then you bring in the elephant, who can pen pretty much any allied vehicle in the game, and that dynamic changes quite heavily. This half-track needs to probably deploy those units to really help out and bring up the Piats. This Churchill's like, hey guy, can you help me out? Can you help me out, man? Panzer IV kicking over a tree because I guess it just doesn't like nature. Although Firefly is coming in. Oh, I see what they did. They fell back to lure the Panthers into the Fireflies could open fire and hit him from a flank. Very smart, very nicely done. Again, having your enemy literally present itself with rear armor is very good. And we see here 4 Fireflies, more than enough to take out this Panzer IV. Alas, I feel like one more shot with the Fireflies is probably going to kill it. There it goes. Elephant can open fire. They do have a ton of allied vehicles over here. A fragmentation round could work for just pinning it, not really killing it. That's 1 Panther and 1 fire and that down. This elephant is pushing way too far up. It does. A nice job by killing a Firefly, but dude, there are other Fireflies coming around and they can easily encircle. I'm trying to get an idea of how this battle is going. Nice job, flank to kill the Brumbar from behind. Firefly, though, lost its engine. Pretty much going to be a sitting duck, but we can see here we have artillery coming down most likely on it. Yep, precision or coordinated barrage strike, and Firefly is firing from behind on that elephant. With that precision barrage, it's going to do a ton of damage and knock out its engine. Firefly is going to get a couple more nice shots in from behind. That man's going to do a 60-foot, if not 70-foot jump, which I give a 10 out of 10 for the presentation of it. Sniper decides to open fire on the Firefly, not knowing that it can't pen it, even with its super rounds. This thing needs to run now if it wants to live. And now their only hope is for Panther Force to come in. And Shooter's like, don't worry guys, I got you covered after you lost most of your armor. And to be fair, they did. Mr. Big O currently has a King Tiger deployed, which I guess was what he was waiting for. So even though he lost all that, they still have a King. And I love how these guys think, oh guys, we killed all their armor, we're good. Not knowing this coming in. So yeah, King's gonna come up and just like annoy them, but this Churchill's like, guys, it's just a King Tiger. It's just a King Tiger. We got this. We got this. There's nothing we can't fight. And then of course, wait, why are they just like doing circles? Are they waiting for another one? He's getting another one. So this King's like, hey, I'm pushing them back. Panthers, I'm good to go. He literally has no infantry. God damn it. He's relying on his teammates for infantry. This could be a big problem. Anyway, missile strike directly on. Does kill the Firefly, though, before it can not be able to fire a shot. Another Firefly coming up and a lot of infantry. Engineer squad's trying to heal, but again, learning, probably wants to fall back. King Tiger opening fire, trying to push back that Firefly and whatnot from killing it. We do have a strike coming in. I'm assuming that's either going to be a precision barrage strike or it's going to be a, oh, nice grenade. Once again, killing the infantry. Oh, so close. One Panther Faust will do it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's the artillery that you call in as the British for railway. Oh, except not railway. It's just off-map artillery. King Tiger falling back, but the Firefly's trying to get a final shot. But King Tiger would have advantage because the infantry is providing sight. Oh, boy. Killed the unit over here, I'm assuming from the Churchill, with the little holes on the side that you can currently see that open up to fire like little guns through. Oh, my God. Main gun destroyed from their own artillery. A lot of Churchills take the hits, but they don't know. I bet you they don't know about these Panthers. Which, by the way, 5 of those suckers now. 5 of them. This is a really risky gamble, by the way. They have all these Panthers here. But anyway, let's see what goes on up north. We have more German infantry guarding the point, and we can actually see they have a ton of mines down here. So they're really trying to make sure that they don't capture it. Again, we'll see what Reuben Gray does. He has a Centaur right now, most likely to shoot down those planes that keep coming in for strafing and fragmentation bombs. Not a bad idea, but you probably don't want it in the front when you know there's a Panther over there. Probably a good idea. Now, they do have a Firefly that he's probably going to pull back. It does have a damaged engine, and eventually we'll get that thing up. 17-pounder in mid. They actually have 2. Not a bad idea. There is a recon, though, coming in, because, again, this doctrine has the ability to call in a reconnaissance flight, which is an issue. But luckily, with that Centaur, you shot it down. I'm wondering where the plane's going to hit. Oh, there we go. Managed to crash into this open terrain over here. Not a bad location for a little flyby action. Actually, no, that didn't kill it. What did? Do you have a Bofor of some type? Yes, you do. And it's killed 2 vehicles, both of which I can almost guarantee have been planes. Almost. Maybe. Oh, boy. Panther Force inbound. Managed to hit those Churchills that are currently out of commission and completely flanked the 17-pounders, which realized, oh, God, we need a turn. The Firefly's like, now what? Okay. When you attack with a large group, it's good to kill something. Because right now, all you've done is show off you have 6 Panthers, now 5. And what? That you can not kill a damn thing? So right now they have 5 Panthers, 4 of which have been damaged. Probably. No, and one of them has been decrewed and now given to the Allies. Now, if this Panther Warfare Barrage can come in and kill it, nope, it's a thing behind it. Panzer Grenadiers realize, oh shit, they took the Panther. And actually, hold on, does this have a... No, never mind. Churchill coming in to save the day. No, unfortunately with this, I like the British Doctrine vehicle recruit pairs. Unfortunately, they don't have that. But man, I think how awesome that would be right now if they could do it for this stuff. Now, he did use a Stuka. Most likely, he's going to try to Stuka this. Kill it. Nice job killing the 17-pounder. Doesn't hit the Panther, but I would say that's a good victory to have. The fact you did get a Panther. Now, unfortunately, that Bofor that was up here did, unfortunately, bite the dust. But at least he still has the 17-pounder over here. And looks like artillery. And all the infantry that should be opening fire on said vehicle with their AT rifles. But luckily, the 17-pounder... just enough in range, able to knock it out. Actually, how far was it? Oh man, that was on the edge. You can see this like dotted line. That's how far it can go. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's dead. It's gone. It's a goner. Anyway, so here's the thing: the Germans easily have superiority involving their armor. At least Shooter does. Front lost a lot of his troops, and mostly is just like. There. He needs to get his fighting force up. I'm assuming he's saving up for another elephant. Okay, whatever. You have Mr. Big O, and he has a full army. He's set. He's good. He has the front locked down, and he's trying to grab this point, you know, to speed up the game. And then you have Mr. Panther Force, who literally has no way to repair his Panthers. Great design flaw. Great. So all of his Panthers are back. He could go up here to these guys waiting, literally being like, man, only if we had something to do. If only we had a... Oh my god, did that guy just do an arm flip? Did you guys see that? He like twisted his arm behind and came back around. It's kind of like Frozen with the hair thing coming through the body. Oh boy, he's like, what did I do? I just want to do my job. And they're not letting me because all these Panthers are over here not letting me do my job. Oh boy, so it looks like the Allies are gonna slowly but surely get their fighting force back up and running, which is good. We can currently see here they have a couple Fireflies. Again, they're learning, like, I think the enemy's going Panthers. Let's have all of our units focus on killing armored vehicles. Panzerwerfer strike on the 2-star 17-pounder, which, again, not a bad idea. Nice job, by the way. Again, because there's infantry inside this vehicle, it can capture the point or carrying, not necessarily just like a Sherman where you can get troops in. It's very complicated, but essentially, if it's a transport vehicle, you can capture points for be highly mobile. Give a Stuka strike coming in. I'm assuming on this. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's going to go here and kill the 70-pounder, but alas, 70-pounder with a literal, like, just bare minimum amount of health left survives. Firefly's going in on the King, most likely trying to kill it before it can fully repair, but too late, it repaired. Maybe trying to also lure it in from the 17-pounder, but again, 70-pounder's offline, so that's not going to work. Firefly, unfortunately, taking too many hits. We do have a strike coming in from the British to try to knock out that King Tiger, but that King Tiger's going to kill that Firefly most likely. There it goes. Other Fireflies over here, but we have Sport Gun opening fire, which is not a bad idea. Try to knock it out before it can get fully repaired. So yeah, that to worry about. Elephant as well moving up. We have British infantry though rolling on up, trying to knock out some of these. Oh wow, they actually knocked out the Stuka and the half-track died, but whatever. At least they survived long enough to open fire. Unfortunately, the Germans are learning and be like, okay, we're gonna have our own AT infantry because you're focusing a lot on armor, which is not a bad idea. But unfortunately, in this scenario, Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer Strike's not as effective, though the bundle grenade was very nice. And at least, hey, the British infantry can at least say we killed the Stuka. We did something positive with our lives. Now, the problem I would also say is, okay, where do you go from here? Because right now, a very large assault down south with being led by a stolen Panther, which once again I find hilarious. The last couple games I've done have had stolen Panthers. It just makes it very interesting and very dynamic. But anyway, moving on. Multiple Churchills rolling up, and they're doing their own charge. Let's see if this one's more effective. Because remember how this Panther Force literally went around, it did nothing and killed nothing? Well, let's see if this force does something. So anyway, this Elephant, for some reason, is in the damage engine. Also, they're probably like, what the fuck is with the Panther? Meanwhile, we have Churchill A and Churchill B. Oh wow, nice job knocking out that supply truck. Coming in, they can probably easily repair it and recrew it, just annoying. Elephant is trying to escape, but alas, it's very slow and needs to be protected by infantry. Man, I wish it had infantry of some type. Gonna, unfortunately, die. Hey, Panther Force, you coming? Where are you? Knocked out another supply truck. Very nice. Where the fuck is that Panther Force? It's attacking their base. I can honestly say that's the last spot I thought an enemy would attack. Well, they're using their overwhelming firepower just to massacre a lot of things. I don't understand what this guy's doing. His allies are literally dying left and right. They're losing infantry and stuff like that. Also, if this thing hit... Oh, there we go. They actually did hit some of the mines. Very nice. They're losing troops left and right. And this jackass, who has a full army capable of massacring all their troops stuck behind enemy lines. Because Churchills are not fast. They are not fast. So if you can overwhelm them, you can kill them pretty quickly. Just point that out. So anyway, instead of helping out their teammates who are barely holding them back, they decide, hey, let's go on a little vacation around. Remember, they came up here, they'd even killed these MG bunkers. They're down here. They haven't killed a damn thing. They're not even engaging. The guy has, oh boy, the ability to ask his teammate for recon, all right? To call on something. Also, he has 1,800 munitions. And he's not calling in anything. This is... Oh boy, this is so bad. This is honestly terrible. It truly is. God damn. Centaur pushing back the German infantry. And again, all but one Churchill died in that assault. One. The 3-star one lived, and the Panther survived. What have these guys done? They lost one. What? The infantry while killing this Churchill. Great. I'm so happy. Firefly's coming in. But once again, they have numbers. But they use them so terribly that the infantry have been killing them. These gonna pick off this one because he has... Oh, God. This guy could deploy more. He could easily deploy 2 more Panthers. Alas, I think he's gonna... Well, there they go. Remember that 5-man Panther force? Well, he's killed 1 Firefly, 1 Churchill, and lost 4 Panthers. 4! I've never seen a person with so much potential just throw it away. My God, that must be a good feeling as the British being like, yes, I did that. Also, why the heck did you get this troop of all things? That officer must be like, oh God, oh boy, why? Just why? So now he's getting a Tiger and a Panther. Okay, Tiger not a bad idea because it's good against infantry, which would have been helpful with your Panther force. But yeah, that's just so freaking stupid. Oh, now you call in a fragmentation bomb and deploy everything. Did an AI come in all of a sudden? Unfortunately, Mr. Big O is, you know, still up here and still on this team. And he's coming in. I feel like, just a, you know, reference. I feel like with all the potential of, like, if I can compare Shooter with something, it's like being consistent over here doing really good. I feel like this is just the director behind Wonder Woman's like, okay, you have a job and you're doing it really well with overwhelming odds, and then you have Shooter who's like, you have Batman vs Superman, the most highly anticipated film of the year, and what are you gonna do with it? You're gonna waste all that potential and have a good fight here or there, but literally just fall flat in the end. Good job indeed. King Tiger though opening fire, should be able to knock out that Centaur once again through all odds, somehow holding this point, which I give them credit. So now, where is Fulton? Alright, he has a big Panzer force, and not a bad idea, but the problem with those Panzerschrecks is it's really good versus medium armor. The Churchill has so much armor though, and so good against killing infantry, as they're literally, say, infantry tank, that it can literally just push a lot of those guys back. Sucks, but, you know, you're gonna need a lot of Panzerschrecks. Also, right now, the Germans need to take some territory. Again, that's why you see this guy fighting so hard up here, but unfortunately with the AT line, with no artillery, that's going to be a hard thing to knock out. And with so much stuff here, yeah, you're going to need to push somewhere else. Luckily, you're like, okay, let's push up here. Dude, stop. Oh my God. If they place mines by enemy lines, bravo. But, my God, fall back and repair. Don't engage. Because you have all this armor up here that will probably swoop in and kill it. Speaking of swooping and killing it, the AT line is here with, again, the one guy to fight with all your armor is the guy maybe not with all the AT rifles, which is hilarious. Anyway, nice shot with the Tiger, getting quite a number of kills with the Panther trying to escape. Unfortunately, though, this Firefly, the 17-pounder, is still there. We don't forget about it. And, yeah, the British infantry are just trying to hold and do as much damage as possible and keep sight. So that way the Fireflies come in and finish it off. Brigade coming in. Nice shots on the Firefly and the Churchills to make sure that the Panther and the Tiger most likely going to die. The Brigade Warper gets one nice shot, but the Firefly is not done yet. Missed the rocket shot, but still going in. Fires one more shot, gets the final kill on the Tiger. And Brigade Warper, though Vet 3, is probably not going to get a kill. Oh wait, actually it might. It actually might now. Hold on. Nope, made it around. Alas. And I say that's GG. That's on a nice grenade by the Churchill, which I love how they're using a flamethrower on it, which is like, guys, it's a tank. Come on. Come on. Now he's another Panther just opening fire on this. At least the damage engine, so he should be able to kill it. But yeah, this is pretty much GG. the Germans went from having overwhelming armor superiority, over-freaking-whelming, to what exactly? What happened? Oh, I don't know. Getting their butts completely and utterly destroyed in almost every single armor engagement, except for Front lost his armor, Shooter lost more armor. Mr. Bigelow's the only guy who's had at least consistently held his units up high and has had at least something present on the battlefield. And at least they could take the Churchill. Please don't kill it. So they could use that. But yeah, this has been an astounding match to watch. It's very close. It is very close, and I'm actually surprised the Germans have been holding on for this long. But yeah, I don't expect it to be so close for so much longer. Wow, nice shot with the elephant, but alas, this thing is so close to dying, it's not even funny. Need to pull back. Also, move your Panther right here, something to guard it. Have something to guard the elephant. Have something to guard your very precious, very good units. My god. Anyway, AT line's back with the Centaur to provide some support versus infantry, and they're going to push back all the armored vehicles here. But luckily, the Volk squad's here and is going to capture the point. Alas, though, remember those annoying snipers down south? Well, because does, and now he has one up there, which good for him. He has no snipers guarding this point, and he's probably going to hide it here so they can't see it. It's like the guy in PUBG. It's like you know he's in the circle, but you don't know where he is. Churchill, Vet 3. Under heavy fire, going to try to make his escape via smoke, and also via British infantry with AT rifles. I would say it's a miracle that, again, they have AT rifles, and both the Allies have been using so heavily their so many armored vehicles, not really infantry focused, because again, it's like Shooter has no infantry, nothing. Luckily, he is calling in all of his airstrikes, which is nice, but yeah, that's a little too late. Anyway, these AT rifles are just picking this Panther off, and they can't do really anything versus all the infantry. Oh, but it's trying. For Kenworfer's even trying. Vet 4, by the way. Very nice. Almost a Vet 5 for Kenworfer. That, if you can get the Vet 5, I'll give you that, Mr. Bigelow. I'll give you that. Bigo, not Bigelow. My god. Panzerfaust coming in. Should knock out that enemy Panther. Oh boy, that's weird to say when you're versing the Allies. And, yeah, repair team should come up and heal the Panther. And it should be fine. Should be good for the meantime. Brigade Warfare falling back. Very nice. They at least control the star, but alas, they don't control the south. If their ally could use some of that extra manpower he has and just build... He doesn't even have infantry company. He doesn't even have that. My god. What? I was going to say, if front you don't have it, I'm done. Lots of dead Panzer strike groups over here, because again, they're fighting all sorts of really powerful infantry. Oh boy. Nice fight for Hishmom killing something, but yeah, they're just putting a Boffer down and just help clear up. The only person with a suitable army left is Mr. Bigo, and yeah, he can't hold back two guys by himself, so he's going to be pushed back. I'm going to fast forward through this point, though. Nice Vet 5 for Kenworfer. Bravo, Mr. Bigo. Bravo. This is an achievement of a good player. GG. And Ruben Gray, nice job having a well-defined army and constantly fighting in north and doing a pretty damn good job. Marine and like good infantry. Really good infantry. You're doing a great job with that. And then because nice Churchills. Although to be fair, you could have easily lost him if the enemy team was actually focusing. Oh wow, nice job, Firefly. Not Firefly. Elephant. I'm killing that Firefly. Also, nice job getting the Churchill, so you have that. But alas. Oh, they decapped the points. Wow, good job. Again, using the Stuka bomb correctly. Amazing. But they're gonna recap it. And oh wow, they're actually capturing with for Kenworfer. The Vet 5 one. Oh wow. And there it goes. Unfortunately, we weren't able to cap it in time. They grabbed this one and decapped the southern point. It's like, hey, Shooter, could you put some infantry down here? Oh no, thank you so much for your help. So let's get over this game, shall we? Most kills, Ruben Gray, very nice job. Damage dealt. The second, very close, was Marine. Remember, he had a lot of those Fireflies, I believe he did anyway, that just came in and wrecked house, so very nice job with that. Actually, I'm curious. Churchill damage for, who am I on right now? On Marn. Firefly, 22,000. Very nice. Ruben Gray, I think, had Firefly 25,000. Also very good. And then Because had the Churchills. So nice wide range. At least they didn't all go one thing. At least, like, because that could be quite annoying. Like a Panther army or something. But yeah. Most kills because, and again, his infantry was very good. But yeah. And also Churchills, which killed a lot. So, Axis team. What do we have? We have Frontin with most kills. Very nice job. And again, his infantry were pretty damn good for most of the time. Remember his sniper, which if I had to guess, that's what probably got most. No, his elephant did. Although sniper got 31 snipes, which is really, really good. Although shooter, my God, you had the potential, you had the ability to be the master of your domain. You're like goddamn Napoleon. You had the ships, you had the men, you had the smarts, or apparently you didn't, and you just ended up backfiring and losing majority of your Panthers. You could have ruled the seas, but alas, you once again you find a burning carcass of your ship on land. You're like, oh well, there goes any chance I have at knocking out my enemy. But Mr. Big O, nice job with your armor, and again, great job. For being consistent, he had a small core armor force designed of multiple units, each fighting in unison with each other, doing a great job of holding up that front. And bravo to that, because you gave Ruben one hell of a fight. But anyway, that's game. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. This has been Greyshot 117, and I will see you all next time. Before this video ends, I want to once again give a shout out to special Patreon supporters Ace, Sean, Carter, Leo, Tim, and Nick. Thank you guys so much for your awesome support. You guys can support me as well by hitting that like and subscribe button. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time.